Did Xiaomi just build one of the best Android camera phones of 2026 and still lose to the iPhone when it matters most? Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. It really helps me keep bringing you more tech breakdowns like this one. That's the surprising conclusion after an early camera comparison between the new Xiaomi 17T Pro and Apple's iPhone 17 Pro. And honestly, it's not because Xiaomi lacks impressive hardware. In fact, on paper, Xiaomi might have the more exciting camera package. The reason this comparison is so interesting is because smartphone cameras have reached a point where almost every flagship can take great photos during the day. Bright sunlight, colorful scenes, detailed landscapes. Most premium phones handle those situations incredibly well. The real challenge begins after sunset. That's where camera systems are pushed to their limits, and where software, image processing, and sensor performance all have to work together. And according to these early samples, that's exactly where Xiaomi stumbles. Now, before anyone thinks this is a one-sided story, let's talk about what Xiaomi gets right. The Xiaomi 17T Pro is shaping up to be one of the most attractive flagship killers of the year. It delivers premium hardware without the ultra-premium price tag of devices like the Xiaomi 17 Ultra. The phone reportedly features a large 1.13-inch main camera sensor, a 50-megapixel telephoto lens, and a 13-megapixel ultra-wide lens. Combined with Xiaomi's image processing, the results during daylight are genuinely impressive. Photos taken in bright conditions show rich colors, excellent detail, and plenty of dynamic range. Zoom shots especially stand out. The telephoto camera captures distant subjects with impressive sharpness and vibrant tones that make images look almost professional. In some daylight examples, the Xiaomi actually appears more striking than the iPhone 17 Pro. Colors pop more, details jump out immediately, and images have a dramatic look that many people will probably love. If your photography mostly happens during the day, there's a strong argument that Xiaomi may even be the more exciting camera phone. But then, night arrives, and suddenly the story changes. The biggest criticism isn't that Xiaomi's nighttime photos lack detail. In fact, some shots may even contain slightly more detail than the iPhone. The problem is how those images are processed. The nighttime photos appear overly aggressive. Contrast is pushed too far, shadows become harsh, and scenes start looking less natural than they should. Buildings and city lights can look exaggerated, almost as if the software is trying too hard to create a dramatic image. Meanwhile, the iPhone 17 Pro takes a different approach. Its photos look calmer, more balanced, and more realistic. Instead of aggressively boosting contrast and sharpening everything in sight, Apple seems to be focused on preserving the natural atmosphere of the scene. And that's important because great photography isn't always about showing the most detail. Sometimes it's about accurately capturing what your eyes actually saw. The portrait comparison tells a similar story. Both phones produce impressive portraits, but the iPhone seems to have an edge when it comes to skin tones. Faces look slightly more natural and accurate, especially in challenging lighting conditions. Then there's the ultra-wide camera battle. This is where Xiaomi appears to struggle the most. Its 13-megapixel ultra-wide camera simply can't compete with the iPhone 17 Pro's 48-megapixel ultra-wide sensor. The difference in detail and overall image quality becomes much more noticeable, giving Apple another important advantage. What's fascinating is that this isn't really a story about hardware winning or losing. For years, Android manufacturers like Xiaomi, Vivo, Oppo, Honor, and Huawei have focused heavily on camera hardware. Larger sensors, brighter lenses, dedicated zoom cameras, and advanced photography accessories have become their signature strengths. Apple, on the other hand, often relies more heavily on software processing and computational photography. And yet, once again, software seems to be making the difference. The Xiaomi 17T Pro still offers incredible value. It reportedly includes a massive 7,000 milliamp battery, blazing fast 100-watt charging, strong camera hardware, and a premium display. For under $1,100, that's an impressive package. But if camera performance is your top priority, especially for nighttime photography, the iPhone 17 Pro appears to hold on to its crown. And that's what makes this comparison so interesting. The Xiaomi wins some daylight battles. It delivers gorgeous colors, outstanding zoom performance, and tremendous value. But when the lights go down, the iPhone produces images that simply feel more natural and trustworthy. Personally, that's probably the deciding factor. Daylight photos are easy for modern flagships. Night photography remains one of the hardest challenges in smartphone imaging. So if I had to choose a camera phone today, I'd reluctantly give the edge to the iPhone 17 Pro. Not because Xiaomi failed, but because Apple still seems to understand one thing better than most competitors. Sometimes the best photo isn't the most dramatic one, it's the one that looks real. What's your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments section. See you in the next video. Take care.